Wow. I think that's the main word I have for right now. And I know Vanessa, you probably feel the same where we're coming back from a 6-day event, which is nothing I've ever experienced before personally. And so there's this energy right now in all of us. And our intention today is to be able to share that energy with everyone and bring some clarity into some of the pillars that we're really excited about. But more importantly, over the next few days, our commitment is to really create a simple and clear strategy of how we're going to be moving forward. Vanessa and I have been talking about some beautiful aspects for blitzes and accountability. And so all we ask is to give us until the end of the week to really bring some form and structure into that. Yet in the meantime, be able to share what's opened up for all of us, because the time is now, and every day we have the opportunity to really build momentum as a team, because our lineage, Vanessa and I were saying, like, all of us, we are the fastest growing pillar in the company right now. And we know that after that event and all of us having that infusion in our heart, that's only going to continue to grow with more momentum. And so, Vanessa, I wrote down like the what's, because I was like, oh my goodness, there was so much. So I wrote down the what's, but do you want to share like just how you're feeling? And then I can go through some of those and we'll beep bop back and forth. How does that sound? We haven't
Yeah,
even spoken yet. So here we go.
that's what we do. Well, first of all, I see a lot of faces that were with us in Arizona, so it's nice to see you again. But I feel like I want to share some of the things that have happened during the VIP session because holy macaroni, was it craziness. First of all, here's the first code that came forward during that experience, and it was surrender. Because here we were doing these like insane experiences, going in canyons and water and receiving all the upgrades and touching, walking the sacred land. But not everybody's at the same pace and not everyone was at the same level of like able to receive. And so that created, oh my gosh, like so much. We had to trust, we had to hold the energy, and we couldn't control all of it. I just spoke about this in my mastermind, how what really I picked up was the energy of pressure and spinning. And I want to name it here because this is going to happen to all of us. We now know, and with what Jen is going to share, what came forward, what Taryn announced, we now know that we are sitting in the golden seat of what's going to become the leading molecular hydrogen wellness ecosystem. Like we are now the Apple of molecular hydrogen. Now, what does that mean to all of you? Because we have new products launching, patents, things that nobody can catch us now, right? But this is what it's going to do to you. You become a pillar in that wave of light. What that means is your stories are going to come up. Your stories like, do I have my place in this movement? Can I really hold this? Do I have what it takes? Am I really the right one? Like, it's going to stretch us. And that's what we saw during the VIP. We saw people spinning, resisting it, being like, like, yeah, but what about this? Or really trying to figure out the how with their head, forcing it. And that's why we kept coming back to surrender in our team. We kept being like, nope, we trust we're in the right place. We're at the right time. Everything is going to fit. Like, we're all going to be okay. But I want to name this because we're all going to be feeling a pressure in the next months because here we are, the holders of the new apple of molecular hydrogen, right? So expect the pressure. And this is the most important thing in business, in co-creation and teamwork. If we can just lean into the pressure instead of shying away, shrinking back, if we can actually use it, right? Because pressure creates what? Diamonds. That's what we're all here to create. And so we have to all, yeah, thank you, Jen. We have to all remember that we're here to carry this light forward, this movement, right? So I'm here to help us initiate that. We also figured out, our key pillar roles and how we can support all of you. I know I'm here to initiate you into it, open the doorway, open the portal. I know Jen is here to stabilize us into it by creating the systems and aligning the people and make sure that we can get this thing going. And like Jen said, we are the fastest growing company. Why this the team, and why this matters is because what you're about to hear, we're going to need momentum. We're going to need, success loves speed. We're going to need love, of course, light, speed, but systems. We're going to need the right people. And here's a cool thing. This business will only be built in surrender because we're here to create the new paradigm of success. And we're here to create the new paradigm in network marketing. We're here to take everything that's been done before, take the good parts, and infuse the parts that we're missing and create this unified affiliate model that is going to light up the world. And you each play a role in it. And you're going to feel the stretch. You're going to feel the pressure. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, this is stretching me, because we are being asked to hold so much light.
Mm.
Anybody resonating with that right now? Maybe just put a me in the chat. So I see a lot of hands.
Yeah.
So the most important thing, and I have full goosebumps now. I'm still in Sedona, so I'm like getting all the vortex energy. The most important thing now is that all of us lead ourselves through the pressure. All of us, we're going to be asked to be stepping into new levels of self leadership. We're going to be asked to step into new levels of self mastery. We're going to be asked to stop pointing fingers and instead lean into the team, lean into each other. Like Jen said, our heads are like exploding with ideas and visions of how we know we can support you on that journey. And here's the amazing thing is, if you don't resist the pressure, if you allow the spinning to actually become a new upgrade for you, what's on the other side is something that probably you've never touched. We're talking multi 6-figure, 7-figure is available. And now the runways, Jen is going to talk about it. There's multiple runways to help you get there. But you're going to have to say yes. And you're going to have to say yes to the pressure. And you're going to have to lead yourself in it. We'll help you, we'll guide you, but we can't do it for you. So I hope that you're all saying yes. Can we just get a yes? If you're feeling this and you're like, I'm meant to be in this room, I'm meant to be walking this movement, I'm meant to be doing it with all these, also, can we just take a moment to look at the people on this freaking screen? Like the quality of this human beings, like what we get to do together is so humbling. And that's really what came for me in this 6-day journey. It was that, like, I'm not going to do it alone. And that's the old way. The only way we can, all of us, the only way we can get to the level we want to get at is together. And we are so, so honored to be walking with you this path of holding more light, becoming better humans, creating the ripple that we need to see in the world, creating the change we need to see in the world. Can everybody, yeah, mute yourself, please. This is what we do. This is what we do together. And just so happens that we have the best vehicle, molecular hydrogen, to do that, right? Molecular hydrogen is what the stars in the sun are made of. Like, there's nothing better as a vehicle, as a conduit to help people come back into their light and create more light. So in closing, because I can get really excited, I think what's like the next few months are going to feel like pressure. But that's because we're building the foundation of something that's never been done. And we get to do it together. Like, how exciting is that? And we get to be the leaders. And the next meeting is in Portugal, summer 2026, details to come. But like, we all need to be there with our light, with our hearts, with our it's going to be so amazing. And with 10 people each, that's it. Because then we don't have to worry about the how. We can just allow the frequency, the current, the pulse, and to flow through people. And that's what's really beautiful about what we're doing. It's different than anything else. And of course, because that's why you're here. So, yeah.
Amazing. Well, and it's interesting. I texted Hayden. I say, can you please get on this call and be a pillar and ground us? Because what's going to happen in this business is, and we're going to really share this next week is like we need our own pillars, and it can't just be ourselves. We need to have an accountability partner and a person that we're able to talk to be held accountable. Because what happens, and I spoke about this on stage at the event, is in these events, and even if you weren't at the event, you're going to feel it in this room. There's a big expansion, and that big expansion that Vanessa talked about, after there is a natural contraction, that is what happens. And in those contraction moments is the information of where we get to lean into to grow. And so that's something that we're going to do together. But my intention right now is to share with you what was released at the events so that you can see which of it sparks you the most, so that you can double down on the areas, because this is meant to be a platform that you get to choose how you want to build it and what aligns for you. And then what we will do over the next few weeks is double down on the trainings and on the accountability of each of these pillars, because there's going to be a lot. And so I'm saying now my intention is to fire hose you. And that's what we're going to do, because the only way to get it out is for all of it. And then we're going to choose which trickle of light and water we want to follow. And so Vanessa mentioned the vision, and it's something that has really made a very big impact in my life, so much so that I've made commitments to myself that I'll share over the next few weeks of what I'm personally committed to doing here. And that's because, like Vanessa said, the vision is we are the apple. We are the apple of wellness. And what is coming out in product innovation is all patented, meaning no one can replicate us. And so molecular hydrogen, no one has owned the category. And so we are now creating a category. And to create a category, just like Vanessa said, we're doing something no one's ever done before. And so what does that mean? Where are we going? Then one thing that is very exciting, and that I'm sure you saw in the chats, is that in order to be the apple of wellness, we have to have a product like the Apple products. And so the new bottle that is coming out, the Luma bottle, with where they're going to send us all the details and all the graphics, but this Luma bottle is absolutely stunning. And it is the first of the Apple, right? We have version 1 in our hands, and now this is version 2, the upgrade. It's patented. It has a double chamber, meaning we can put any liquid in it, not just water, to create hydrogen. And what I love about it also is the interchangeable lids. So you have a breath work, you can do breath work with the bottle, and it will have the tempo for you to breathe in. There's different frequencies in the lid, infrared lights that are coming in. So all of these different modalities to really create like the biohacking tool of the future.
Can I
And
add
that's,
something, Jen?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Did I interrupt you? You were going
Go
to say
ahead.
something. I just want to maybe take it back on how this came forward. Taryn had a dinner with Deepak Chopra, and that's how the breathwork idea came forward. And this is going to be absolutely the first of its kind, but also sort of like we're going beyond molecular hydrogen now. So I want your heads to be like expanding, because now you can think about practitioners, you can think about breathwork facilitators, retreat centers, because this tool, what Deepak was envisioning, was through the light, it's going to guide you on how to breathe. And there's going to be different breath works depending on what outcome you're wanting. Are you wanting relaxation, nervous system calibration, energy? And so Taryn was also trying to envision what's a tool that she can bring at the park while she's walking her dog and literally sit on the bench and do everything, not only hydrate, breathe, but also there's going to be red light, so you could put it on your skin, on your joints. So it's like the like we always said the Birkin of bottles, but we'll need to find like what is it now, the Ferrari. And then Deepak Chopra is going to have his own bottle like that for his community. So that's, again, very, very exciting because of credibility, right? His membership has millions of people in it. And so we'll talk more about that, but there's infinite possibilities with that new tool. It's like now we're not just talking about a water bottle, like it's a whole other game.
Yeah, and so this device that's coming out that you're going to learn all about it, there's a pre-sale on right now. So people can pre-buy their bottle, And the price point right now, and we're going to really expand on this in the Telegram chat because it's impossible to put how amazing this device is into words, even the different lids and capabilities. And the reason that she went that route is for individuality and creativity also. So we have 4 colors to choose from right now. And until the launch, November 11th, if I remember correctly, that bottle is going to be at a discounted price of $5.98. So $5.98 for this bottle, and that price will be going up. We don't know what that price point is going to be yet, but you can pre-sell that bottle, meaning they can choose one of the 4 beautiful colors. And for this month, there's an additional promotion, and this is one of the most important pieces for today. There is a Genesis pack with 4 devices, 1 of each color, and that price point is discounted even further, $2,000 for 4 bottles that people can pre-buy. Why does that matter? Number one, right now we're looking for the leadership team in each of our communities that are going to link arms with us and bring this new apple of wellness to market. And so when you're looking at practitioners or influencers or people that really see the vision of this and will help that with verbiage and what to say and how to approach it, they can now get this bottle, this device at the lowest price point ever. So they can have either 4 colors on display at their center, they can resell them right off the bat and make extra money back. And that's only available until the end of October. So we have a Genesis pack, $2,000 for 4. The colors are beautiful. And then we also have the individual pre-sale at $5.98 until the launch of November 11th. Now, I'm going to weave in 2 things at the same time, and my intention is to put a list of what we talked about today after this, so you can really kind of lean into all of these pieces. But this Genesis pack is the first of a 12-month competition. And so what do I mean by that? We have 12 months where at the end of the 12 months, whoever has the most points, 12 people of the entire community of LumiVitae with the most points will be going on an African safari. And so every single month, they're going to have competitions and play for us to achieve points to go towards this competition. No other part of the compensation plan or the activities that we do actually funnel this point system. And this month, the competition is if you sell 10 Genesis packs, you receive 1,000 points. So there's 1,000 points every month that can be earned towards this incentive trip. And this month it's Genesis packs. So 10 Genesis packs, 1,000 points, meaning each Genesis pack is 100 points. So if you sell 1, 100 points. If you sell 5, 500 points. And it also will give you a ticket to Portugal. So 5 Genesis packs, ticket to the Portugal event. 10 Genesis packs, a VIP ticket to the VIP event in Portugal. And on top of that, right, promotion number 1, Portugal, when you have 10 Genesis packs sold, you also get the full 1,000 points towards the end of the year safari trip. Okay, so that's why we have to weave a few things into here. So number 1, the Genesis pack, in my mind, the initiative is to really be able to set up your leadership group of who is going to be bringing this to market with you in November. And by doing that and finding those leaders and having those style of conversations, you're also putting yourself in the proximity of the VIP event and the event in Portugal, plus starting off your points to the safari. So that's like 4 things in one. Remember, fire hose.
Can you feel the pressure now?
Right.
The
And
stretch.
it is a stretch, and it's holding that, and everything that they've done has been specifically curated to incentivize us for the activities that are going to build our business. One Genesis pack, $2,000, is also 1,600 PV. So I want you to think of how quickly it is for you to leverage this Genesis pack to get to your next goal. So what is your next goal, and who are you helping get to theirs? And would it not be true that leveraging this Genesis pack and maybe having more conversations and sales is going to allow you to really create that momentum towards your next goal and locking it in, whether it's quartz, topaz, crystal, sapphire right now? Okay, so think bigger. These Genesis packs are embodying the mission and what we're doing. And so that's very, very exciting. And I'm not even going to open it up for questions because then we would be here all day, but we'll have questions in the Lumi chat. Okay. So recap. We are the Apple. How are we launching the Apple of Wellness? Through the new Luma bottle. The Luma bottle launches in November. Just mute yourselves when you come in, please. The Luma bottle launches in November, and right now we have pre-sale for individual bottles at the lowest price point for individual bottles of $5.98. And then we have a Genesis pack, one of each color, discounted even further to $2,000 for 4 bottles. When you sell a Genesis pack, you get 100 points towards the end of the year trip to Safari. And if you sell 5 packs, you get a ticket to Portugal. 10 packs, you get a VIP ticket. We were just at the VIP event, and my truth is you must be there. You must be there. Because there's nowhere else that you're going to sit with top leaders and the CEO and be able to have conversation and root in the vision of this company. It changed the game for me. It changed the game for me being part of that VIP group. I was able to be intimate with people, and I was able to feel the mirror of what we're about to do through the activities we were going, and being able to talk to Taryn on the side of the road while the bus broke down for an hour and a half made my trip. So you must be there. Where are we going? Number 2, we have a consumable. And in network marketing, in order to have success, we need to have a visible, emotional, consumable product. That is LVQ, which is now LVIQ. LVIQ is the new name and the new branding for LVQ. And that product, and Carol and I, every single person needs to have someone to talk to about this, because if it wasn't for Carol being there and validating what I saw, felt, and heard, and being able to put it onto paper, it would have been a little bit of a different experience. And so when we were able to see the vision of this bottle, but with LVIQ, LVIQ is the product that is going to create you a residual income. And so my personal intention as I'm launching the Luma bottle is going to be having everyone that pre-purchases a bottle or a Genesis pack get on a 3-pack subscription of LVIQ. Because the moment that they have that consumable, they feel it. And so there's a feeling, there's an emotional experience there. And it's consumable, meaning they're going to reorder. Okay, so LVIQ is really the staple that's going to anchor in this residual income that no one else has. So that's the direction we're going product-wise. Now you know of the incentives for us to build community. I've never seen anyone build community like Taryn builds community. I've never experienced that in my life. I've never seen anyone that values conscious communion the way that we just experienced. And so June 2026, Portugal is the next event. There will be the main event, then the VIP event. Okay, so just put the intention that you will be there with 10 people minimum. Why? Because you can't be taught, it has to be caught. And the only way to catch it fully and have it really beam into your heart is by being at the event. So you plus 10 minimum in Portugal of June 2026. Then we have the safari, which is for the 12. 12 people in the company will be going on that safari, and every single month there is an initiative to earn points. Okay, so that's how we're building community. Some people are going to be more excited about the trips than they are about anything else. And so that's why it's really important for us to know what's available and know what people are looking for and searching for in order for us to show them the options and allow them to choose how they want to play. Now, I think something that was the most exciting, okay, so now we're going to bring all of these together, is a new initiative that's launching called the Signature Bottle. Just like Vanessa mentioned with Deepak Chopra, this new Luma bottle is customizable, fully customizable. Meaning Deepak Chopra was able to come in and take a bottle and design the color, what frequencies, what breathwork tempo, everything about that bottle, and create his own bottle. And to have a signature bottle, whoever is creating it has to pre-sell 100 bottles before it launches to market. What does that mean for you? If you have amazing influencers and professionals with a very large network who maybe aren't into network marketing, but they want to have something that is their own, we can now offer them a piece of a pilot project of a signature bottle where they can create their own bottle, pre-sell it to 100 people in their community. And then once they do that, the bottle will be available for anyone to buy. It will go on the website as a bottle that anyone can buy. And just like Carol just mentioned, it's only 100 right now, but that number won't last long. That's a pilot project. This is why it's important now. It will eventually be 500, 1,000, and beyond. What does that mean for you? When you bring in someone for a signature bottle, the person who is creating it will get a share of every single bottle that's sold. $33 US for every single bottle sold. You, as the person who brought them in, from you all the way up your tree, this is important. This is how we create leverage. You and everyone up your tree will receive the volume of every single bottle sold. Why is that so big? The volume fires me up more than the money. Why? Because volume is what allows you to hit the ranks. And once you see what I see with the money available, you will understand that getting to Sapphire as quickly as possible gives you shares of the company. The bottles sold as signature bottles floods into the share pools. And once we hit Sapphire and above, we get shares of the company every single month. That may be like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I hope you can feel in my voice that that is the bigger vision. The bigger vision is volume for you and your team to ride the ranks, because the top ranks are where there's even more money that is unlocked. And I am going to figure out this compensation plan and train it until I'm dry in the mouth, because I'm fired up. There is so much money on the table. And by me, I mean Hayden. Hayden's going to help me figure it out. Carol's going to help me figure it out, because we don't do this alone. So let's recap. Signature bottle. When you have someone who wants to create their own, who has a network that they want to pre-sell 100 bottles, we connect them. We don't really know that process yet, but I know Vanessa's going to find out where we connect them to. There's a contract and we do that, and there's volume, and that's very exciting. But that matters because these are big business to business opportunities. And right now, while it's 100, if I were you, I'd be writing a list of the top 5 most influential people in your network. And then let's have a conversation about the language to invite them in for this. Huge opportunity. So now we understand why the Luma bottle is so exciting, because there's so many avenues. Vanessa, do you want to add to that?
Oh my gosh, yes. So I don't know if you can feel these signature bottles, it just opens the field to, I mean, we were just going bananas. We're like, okay, but what about this person, this person? Because now we get to approach the people that don't want to do network marketing. You know, like those big influencers, or the people that just don't have time and they don't want to build a team, or they don't see value in it. Now we get to allow them to play and have a signature bottle that they will curate for their community based on their codes and their message. And I mean, think about that for a minute. Like, that is a game changer, because then suddenly there's nobody that, like, everyone has something to do with Lumi. Do you see that? So one thing that we also kind of realized, I don't think anyone here, any of us, should have a personal bottle, a signature bottle, because we know how to play the game of leverage and depth. So there's no real point in us like diluting and doing our own. Do you see that? But it's really for the influencers who have big outreach. So here, I really want to stretch your mind, invite you to think about the influential people you know. Like, we were even having conversations about, okay, corporate, like big corpo who gives like gifts and bonuses at the end of the year. Like, they could have their own brand and thing. Like, there's just so many opportunities. Anyone that has already said to you, I don't want to do this network marketing thing, they're the ideal ones. And because you will gain the volume, you, like, what I would do if I was you, and this is what I'm going to do. We know that our compensation plan that Jen is going to tell us until she's dry in the mouth is moving to 3 legs in early 2026. You don't need to know the details about this because the system is not tracking it that way right now. But what you need to know is, what if you had 1 signature bottle per leg? So think 3. What if you were able to sign 3 of those deals? Like, you are golden if you get to do that. Like, your organization is just going to raise on its own. And here's the other thing that I've already been pitching it to a few people. And here's the interesting thing. The royalty is $33, but you have nothing to do. Like these influencers, the only thing they have to do is literally do a story and drink the bottle and it'll sell itself, right? That there's nothing else to do. They get $33 every time there's a bottle sold. But most importantly, it gets to go on the website as soon as the 100 are pre-sold. So what that means is I've also been pitching this as a visibility campaign. This is a way to increase your visibility, your capacity to be seen. You know, we are like a lot of the big players, they pay for PR every month. So this is an opportunity not only to get magic money just by being seen drinking the magic water, but also to be having a really big visibility amongst this incredible community. So I think that these conversations are amazing. Taryn told me she's going to give me a deck, like a pitch that we can provide. So I would say right now, start thinking about the people. You can get them excited. That's what I did. I said, there's an opportunity that just landed that you need to hear about this. It has your name written all over it. I'm going to loop back in a week as soon as I have the details of the how, but stay on the edge of your seat because something big is coming and you got to be part of it. And everybody's been telling me, oh my gosh, I feel it. I feel it. I don't know what it is, but I feel it. So by all means, open these conversations, the actual details of like who takes the payment, what is it like, how does the pre-sale work? Like those are all the details we don't have yet, but we're going to have a beautiful deck that we can pitch people with. So right now, to start thinking bigger, big.
Yeah, so good. And when you're thinking that, that's still not like, yes, for some of you, great, but it doesn't take away from the other conversations. Because
No.
right now, imagine, I want like just imagine that November 11th is when the Luma bottle is coming to the public. So the conversation now is literally, do you want to bring a patented revolutionary molecular hydrogen tool to market with me and be one of the first to own it personally and watch what this company does as it soars to the top and creates its own category? And so signature bottle, one area. Corporations, spas, wellness, other area, Genesis packs. And then number 3 is really going to be who are the 5 to 10 people that you want to launch Luma with. I want you to imagine that LumiVitae hasn't even hit the market yet. And that's the posture. And so those are your 3 lists that you're creating. You're creating 3 different lists so that you recognize that we're going to unify all of this together because we're all here to ride this wave to the top. And by riding it to the top, it means having a little bit. We need a lot of people doing a little bit. And then you're going to have your big players bringing in a lot of volume. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say because someone wrote something about the bus catching on fire.
Totally.
I want to talk about this because this is literally what happened. We were coming back to our, like, we were coming back from the VIP from Lake Powell to go back to Phoenix. That's a 4-hour drive. And halfway through, the driver needed to stop and pee on the side of the road because we were in the middle of nowhere. So we stop in the middle of nowhere. Okay, I have to show you this because it's just to show you, like in the middle of nowhere. He stops, and just so happens that where he stopped is something called the Light Ranch. And we're like, whoa, this is kind of crazy. And then we're like, what's that smell? So while the driver is peeing, Patrick, our COO, who saved us multiple times on this trip, goes to the back and the bus is on fire. He's like, okay, everyone, stand up, get out the bus now. And we're like, oh my gosh. And then we kept thinking about, okay, of course there's a meaning, you know, like this kind of stuff happens. And it happened there was a massive billboard that said Highway of Hope. So we were on the Highway of Hope in front of Light Ranch in the middle of freaking absolute nowhere. And our bus catches on fire. And right away, what came to me is the way we got to this point is not how we're going to get to the next point. And hopefully you feel that. I have full goosebumps. We had to enter a new, bigger vehicle that was brighter with more light and more gizmo, literally, to be able to move forward. And this is the analogy of what has happened in the last 2 years in LumiVitae. We got here, there was some forcing, but this form is burned to the ground. It will not carry us forward. What's going to carry us forward is the acceptance that we each carry a responsibility, that we are each a pillar of light. And now we have literally in our hands, you know, Taryn realized like we need patents. We need to be able to stop the conversation and the compare, like, what does it compare to the Echo bottle, this and that? Like we need to not even entertain these conversations anymore. And we get to do this with this new bottle that will be like the membrane, and there's a dual chamber in the membrane. We can put all beverages in it, coffee, tea, vitamin water. I mean, it just is crazy. There's nothing else on the market that's going to do that. And that's just going to blow everyone out of the water. And suddenly you don't have to justify that you have the best bottle. It just is. And we
Totally.
get to enter this new current, this new energy, this new bus. Literally, it's like we've stepped into the magic bus, and this is the energy that's going to lead us forward. So I just wanted to add that because I do feel like it's important to understand
It's
what got us
so
here is what's going to get us further.
It's so important. And I couldn't like that is by Rob and Missy. We'll see you soon. I'll send you the recording for the last bit. Okay. And that also, it also gives us the responsibility that we get to hold there's been issues, there's been setbacks, there's been emails unanswered, there's been things. And to be part of something this big, we get to hold the responsibility of it's up to all of us to carry that forward. It's not always going to be like that. There's an entirely new system with its own CRM coming out in January. Like everything that we possibly need is coming. And I don't know if you've noticed yet the new website with your new link. It is so sexy. It is so beautiful. It is something that I am so proud to share. And so there's one more thing that I believe is really important to talk about, especially because of who's on the call, Gina and Amma, and I know there's other of you. We're going to be launching 2 new markets in 2026. Okay, this is a big deal. Mexico and Israel. What does that mean? Taryn has launched many markets. She is the queen of doing it. And November is when we're going to be able to start talking to people in Mexico with NDAs to tell them what's coming. February is going to be when we do a corporate event that we've committed to having 500 or more people at to pre-launch the Mexico market. They are working on a 3PL to be able to ship products to those leaders in Mexico, so we don't need to use the weird workarounds, Emma. And they're going to come through and come in and do the training in English and Spanish so that we can launch the market. If you know people in Mexico, please connect with me because we are going to ride a wave so big in Mexico that we are going to take the top spot in North America, I can guarantee you. And so that's happening now. What does that mean? We have innovation in our market launches, in our products, in our technology, in our leadership. When we found out how much Patrick has taken on, I hope you know that we are in the best hands. Patrick, Cindy, and Taryn, it's unbelievable. I have so much trust that my personal conviction is I will not allow this company to not go to the top. I won't. And I know we all feel the same. So that's a lot of info. But at the end of the day, what is our responsibility? To make sure we have a list and we have our minimums. Is it 2 people a day, 3 people a day, 5 people a day, 10 people a day? We're going back to the basics, all the excitement. What are our minimums? How many conversations are we having? Because the business doesn't build unless we talk to people. Find people to talk to the people. And if you don't know what to say, great. All I know is that right now I'm part of the Apple of Wellness and I would love to connect you with XYZ, Vanessa, Gigi, anyone, Allison, Martine, like connect with the person you're working with so that we can cast a vision, leverage, duplication. How many conversations can you have by the end of the month to let people know that the Genesis is available without a story in your mind of they can't afford it, that's too much, how are they going to have 4 bottles? And if it doesn't feel right for you, then leveraging the pre-launch of the Luma. Write your list of signature bottles, of clinics, of practitioners, of professionals, of individuals, influencers, and then of course, if that appeals to you, Mexico and Israel. Write your lists, start there. And then the rest is going to unfold. We are going to teach the comp plan. We are going to teach the activities. We are going to teach all the rest, and we're going to do it together. And if you have an idea or something's working, then add it into the group. It's all of our responsibility to add to the group, not just me, not just Vanessa, all of us. It is our responsibility to find our key pillars, our key people, our 3, 5, or 10 that we're going to do this together. And we get to lead that momentum. And next week, we're going to be launching new blitz days and new accountability containers so that we get to do smarter work, not harder work. We get to build this business in pockets instead of taking all of this time. And so I really hope that you can feel how exciting all of this is and knowing that the innovation that's unlocking is so big. And I would really love for Carol to just add a little megaphone to this because I know as a seasoned network marketer, when it clicked, we had a roller coaster ride of highs and lows. And when it clicked, I would just love for you to share, Carol.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. So many beautiful blessing lessons in this journey. Well, what I would add, Vanessa started by saying you're going to feel the stretch. You're going to feel the stories of who will buy this. And please know, none of us are without that. I went there. I wouldn't. Who am I going to sell the Ford to? So you got to know it's normal. I've been in this channel of network marketing for 15 years. It's changed the trajectory of my life. For those 15 years, I've been very proud to constantly talk about doing this a different way. So much so that I've always said, if you knew network marketing my way, you'd be part of it. And so what I want you to remember is whether you've been in other companies before, whether you've had success before, whether you've had that other story for yourself, the greatest work you get to do right now in this journey is the work on you. Because the vehicle, the product, the technology, the number one thing that makes the factor difference in all of this is who you are being. And so within this community, you've got nonstop mentorship guidance from the best of the best in the world of coaching, personal development, growth, right? But the journey of this is going to be what you allow and what story you tell yourself. And especially my beautiful souls who need to know all the steps and need to have it all buckled up and need to have the perfection. That's just your limiting self keeping it there. This is beautifully the world where you are your truest true. You will be a magnet. The less you say, the more you make. Network marketing is not about you making it work. It's how it can duplicate. And I'm saying this as a girl who built it as a fitness pro and as a brand. And while I succeeded, if I met Christy in that world and that wasn't her, she would have personally taken herself out of it because she couldn't be me. And so all you have to do here is honor that feeling that you have. And we're going to have the resources. And yes, it gets to be messy. And around the fireside, Taryn asked us, why are you here? She wanted to hear why we were here, what we were excited about. And it's beautiful in life because some of the first people that started to talk didn't hear what she had to ask and went right into all the things that were wrong, that they needed, that they were asking for, and continue to say this, I need this, I need this. And so number one, you get to decide what camp you're in. Are you in the, well, I'll wait till I have all the details. I need it all together. This should be better. I didn't get paid yet. Or are you in the, I'm here for the ride? And you don't have to be in the VIP room to feel that. What I know about this and what I said is I have the desires and the capacity of multiple seven figures. I have zero desire to do what Taryn is doing. I have zero desire to put millions of dollars into a business and the stress and what this woman is doing to provide, make the company and the products and the comp plan. All we have to do is be the channel that brings it forward. You have the ability to have a multiple $1 million a year business as a CEO of your world without owning all of the weight and the stress and the pressure that Taryn as the CEO of the company does. That's what network marketing is. So you get to decide, are you going to be the CEO of your company, how you show up, how you act, what you do, and align with Taryn, who gets to carry the weight of the stress and all of that jazz. If somebody returns a bottle, that's not on you, any of that stuff. And so that was the number one thing, is truly leaning into, you have the ability to create more wealth. Because my business owners that have businesses and then we pay ourselves, we might make millions, but we only pay ourselves a minimum. And everything else goes into the operations and all of that. Well, the power of network marketing is we don't invest in any of that. We drink our water and we regulate our nervous system with magic bubbles, and that's our expense. Truly. But you get to tap in as if you have invested $10 million without the stress of it. And the other thing that landed on me so big, especially in this world I had to derobe, is that whether it's a signature bottle person or us, I have, as I said, been in this channel 15 years. This will be my third company. I walked away from multiple six figures residual to build something else because I needed it to light up my soul. Other companies have often made us be one thing, be the company. I love that Taryn has been in my shoes. She's been in your shoes. So if you're new and this is all brand new to you and all that, just know she's been on a Zoom going, oh, I don't know if I can do this. She's had friends make fun of her. She's had family members call her kooky maluki. Everything that you are feeling and will feel because you cannot skip it, she has felt. There's a difference when somebody is creating this movement, having been in our world. She is I literally got to sit. Here was Taryn, here was me, jamming it out like she's nobody, just having a conversation, right? Because we also tell ourselves a story. And I asked her questions. Tell me about what it was like there. And she's like, I created the compensation plan that I wanted. Because she's been in all of these different ones where people win that haven't done anything and all of these things. And the last thing I'm going to say that I loved is she's like, I'm creating this with all of these different versions. You can have a high ticket. You can have a low ticket. You can have a consumable. Because when you get in this channel, people are like, this is the best. And this is the best. No, this is the best. And this is the best. And the number one thing is they're all going to be the best when you are your best. So know that, number one. And then having all of these offerings, these different paths to run on, you can knock this out of the park just selling LVIQ. There's just so many ways. That's what Gigi and I were mapping out like mad women. And we're going to show you. But when she said, I've created this because I want you to be you, that was all I needed to hear. And maybe that's what you need to hear. And maybe that's what you get to hear. And the magic really is that you're going to make so much money figuring it out. You have to know that this model is the exact opposite than anything that you're used to. This is not let me figure it out and know it all buttoned up and then let me go sell. This is the version where you get to be the person that trusts your soul and flies not knowing anything. It's going to be messy. It's going to be a bus on fire. It's going to be sitting in a freaking sink seat. It's going to be all sorts of stuff that you're like, I didn't sign up for this. But holy smokes, I never knew I could have more fun than that. And so that's what I'm here to always remind you all of, because we get in our heads, and when you get in your head, you're dead and this dies. And so this gets to be the freest free that you've ever been, knowing that your success, I say this to my community always, your success is my kid's legacy. So when we say this is the simpleness, we're not saying it because we're competing with you. We are saying it because some of us have had 15 years and millions of dollars earned, and I don't want you to wait 15 years to know that this is truly it. So that's my purpose here. I'm the megaphone. I'm going to speak truth, and I'm going to speak true because I want to help you jump as fast as you can, because this gets to be easy and this gets to be fun. And if you can lean into that and let go of the need for everything else, my goodness, you can't even imagine where this rocket ship, school bus, blaster, sparkle bomb is going.
Oh, shoot. Mic drop. Oh my gosh. Mic drop, right? If you're in your head, you're dead. Like, whoa. And that's the thing. Like when you have someone who's made millions and millions of dollars in network marketing, who's done this for 15 years, like, and you hear that from her, does that not like also anchor your own belief? Because it does for me. I cried yesterday of gratitude because when people see it, like the people I trust, like everyone on this call, these are the people I want to be around. So let's bring all the macro down to micro for a moment, and then Vanessa's going to close us out. Number one, we have a new bottle that is launching November 11th. It is available for pre-sale at the lowest price it's ever going to be as an individual bottle of $5.98. And you can bring people in with that. But what the intention is this month for the safari, for the VIP ticket to Portugal, and also to really launch people the right way is the Genesis pack. The Genesis pack brings the cost down to, I'm not, math isn't my thing, $500 a bottle, $2,000 for 4, one of each color, and you get 1,600 BV in your organization. In order for you to receive a ticket to the event in Portugal, it's going to be 5 Genesis packs sold in your generation 1. In order for you to get a ticket to the event and the VIP, it's 10 Genesis packs sold in your generation 1. Okay? What you will also receive is, for each Genesis pack sold, 100 points towards the safari trip. If the Genesis pack doesn't light you up, it's okay. It's okay. You can also go about this thinking about your signature bottle people and who are the leaders that you want to bring into this. You don't have to do anything. If it's stretching you, good, lean into it. If you are more focused on finding your 10 leaders that are going to launch this with you, do that. Whatever you need to do for you, this is not a one size fits all. Yet we're here to give you the information so you choose where you want to walk through. And if you need help with the verbiage and how to say that for the Genesis, like, let's talk about it in the Telegram chat. That's why it's here. Let's get away from messaging people individually when it's going to help the whole. And let's put it in the group chat so that we can all learn from it. If you sell a Genesis pack, share it. What did you say? How did it go? Let's learn from each other. If you think about something that you're like, would this work? Let's talk about it together. This is community and collaboration, and the rise of one is the rise of all. So let's double down and help each other, because we know what's in front of us. And I'm going to pass it over to Vanessa to close us out.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for clarifying that. Also for the generation 1, that's really important. And we also confirm it can be someone that's already in your organization that wants to get a Genesis pack. So you don't need to also reinvent the wheel. It can be people that are already with you. And just quickly think about who would benefit from having one of each. Who is the ideal client for this? Is it a larger family? Because now suddenly you have the apple of molecular hydrogen at the price of our current bottle, right? It's the same price. So that's pretty good. We also know that the price is going to go up quite a bit after November 11th. We don't know, but it's, my guess is it's going to be in the 800s. So just keep that in mind. Like, this is the amazing opportunity to get in. I want to close by sharing, we had a walking meeting on the last day of our conference with everyone, and we kind of were brainstorming ideas on who is meant to be walking by our sides, who is not on this call right now that is meant to be called forward. Because LumiVitae, as you felt it, it's bigger than just the network marketing piece, the leverage. Of course, all of that is amazing, but there's a mission that all of us carry, and we all are a piece of the puzzle. And so I want to share with you a little bit the brainstorm we had of who's missing around this table right now. The early adopters, the people that that are always first to get the next thing, the people that always want the best of the best. Think about also the people that are sitting on potential and are just waiting to be ignited. And imagine how seen that person would be if you were coming to her and saying, hey, we're working with visionaries and light leaders, and I know you haven't had an opportunity to ignite your soul and be a leader, and this is it. This is what I'm doing for me. Do you want to walk by my side? These are the people we want to call in. These are the people that will rise here, because like Carol said, you suddenly have access to like 5-6 figures, seriously, in value worth of mentorship and coaching. And like, you cannot not upgrade as in personal development and your identity by joining Lumi. So I want you to think about early adopters. I also want you to think about disruptors, the people that have been called black sheeps, the people that have been doing the things differently since you've known them, the people that have been walking and creating their own path. I want you to think about the visionaries, the people that think differently. These are the people that are meant to be walking with us because they will get it. We won't have to convince them. And also, red flag, if you need to convince someone, they're not the right people for this movement. It is too strong. Okay, so in closing, I want you to take a moment. Maybe we just close our eyes. And I just want you to start, like, imagine that literally you are expanding your field. So as you take a deep breath in, just see how far you can go and see if you can take in more air, because that's the stretch that you're going to be feeling. And as you exhale, you get to release the old stories. As you inhale and take in more air, I want to make sure that you have not already opted out. I want to make sure that the stretch that you are feeling, that you are normalizing it, that you are freaking celebrating it, because you are sitting on the golden ticket. If you feel this, if you feel it resonating in your bones, if you feel the activation in your cells, if you have the remembrance, it's because you have what it takes. You've done this, and we are meant to co-create. And so I want to make sure that nobody leaves this call already having opted out. Because when we hear big numbers, when we hear, oh my gosh, I need to sell 10 of this, oh my God, it's a stretch. But we have to also start being okay flirting with the stretch, because that's what's going to help us get to the other side. This liberation, this life by design, this dream that you are seeing is not going to come from rainbows and angels. It'll come from the stretch, the pressure, and the ability to stay with it. The ability to lean in into the group, the community, to hold more and to put ourselves in the room. So I want to make sure that by the time we wrap up this call, you have not opted out. You need to be in with us. We will keep you grounded. We will hold you. We will support you, but we cannot do it for you. This life by design that you are dreaming is right here, right now. You are sitting on it. You just have to hold the capacity to be stretched. And don't make it weird. And don't think that there's anything wrong with you. We just get to do it all together. And we're all stretched. All of us right now, we are so stretched. And that's why our hearts are racing, and that's why our heads are spinning, and that's okay. Because if we weren't stretched, how can we expect to have what we're dreaming about on the other side? If we're not stretched, then it should be here already, right? It's quantum physics. We have to stretch to get to the next step. And we get to do it together. Nobody here is going to do it alone. Like Jen said, she's going to stabilize us, bring it into action. We have prepared some blitz days to help you. She's going to show you how she invites, because she's the queen of it. She's going to unmute yourself, create working rooms. We want to support you, but we cannot do it for you. You have to put yourself in. So after this call, if you feel like you need to journal, go on a walk, move the energy, because there is a lot. Please do, and put yourself back in. Imagine this room 10 times the size of this, because of all of us adding one person at a time into this fold. We get to do it. We get to do it together. The movement is already here. The new bus is already moving. So are you going to be in it is my question. We're at time. I want to end on this. Thank you. You're in the room. Don't leave. Thank you so much.